So Simple tutorial. Good morning students. Welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. In the previous class we had read religious reforms and public debates. Today we will read what new forms of publications came in the 19th century. Dear students, with the spread of literacy and knowledge, people wanted to see their own lives, experiences, emotions, and relationships reflected in what they read. In other words, an appetite or a kind of hunger was created for new kinds of writings. Thus, a number of new forms of publications emerged as a response. Let us see them one by one. First, novel. Dear students, novels had originally developed in Europe but developed in India in the 19th century. The reading public and the print helped in this process. Some of the earliest novels were written in Bengali and Marathi. Then, besides novel, lyrics, short stories, and essays came to be written. They included social and political issues. Then came visual images. By the end of 19th century, a new visual culture was taking shape. With the setting up of printing presses, pictures could be easily reproduced in multiple copies. Students, Raja Ravi Verma was a great Indian painter and artist. He created images for mass circulation. He is actually known for making his paintings available to the public. His paintings attracted common people, especially those with artistic tastes. During his lifetime, Verma is most remembered for his paintings of sari-clad women portrayed as graceful. You can see figure 17. This is a print by Ravi Verma. Raja Ritudhwaj rescuing Princess Madalsa from the captivity of demons. Raja Ravi Verma produced a number of mythological paintings that were printed at the Raja Ravi Verma press. Then came calendars. Cheap prints and calendars were also printed and made available in the markets. These were bought by the poor people to decorate the walls of their homes. In the Age of Industrialization chapter, do you remember we had read that in the late 19th century, manufacturers were printing calendars to popularize their products. In these calendars also, figures of gods were used. Cartoons and caricatures were yet another form of publication. Caricatures and cartoons began to appear in journals and newspapers in the 1870s. Some caricatures mocked the educated India's fascination with Western tastes and clothes. Some cartoons expressed the fear of social change. These caricatures had an effect on the minds of people. See figure 19. Ghor Kali. Kali here denoting Kali Yuga. The artist wants to show the destruction of proper family relations here. Here, the husband is shown dominated by his wife who is sitting on his shoulder, while the man is shown dragging his mother like an animal by the nose. Understood why Ghor Kali? See figure 20. An Indian couple. The artist through this image wants to show the cultural impact of the West that has turned the Indian family upside down. The man is playing veena while the wife is smoking hookah. It also shows the fear that the move towards women's education in the late 19th century was leading to the breakdown of traditional family roles. Nationalists were mocked by imperial caricatures and imperial rule was mocked by national cartoons. This is all about new forms of publications. My dear students, the next topic is women and print. I want to deal it separately in the next video. Okay, so let us skip it and discuss print and the poor people. Dear students, the spread of print culture had also impacted the poor people of India in the 19th century. The poor people were for the first time exposed to printed literature. Cheap small books came to be published. These were sold at crossroads. Hence, they were easily available to the poor at affordable price. Public libraries were set up in the early 20th century. Through such network of libraries, poor people got an easy access to books. Issues of caste discrimination began to be written about in many printed tracts and essays. Jyotiba Phule, dear students, was one of the most vocal among the low caste leaders. He wrote about the injustices of the caste system in his book Gulamgiri in 1871. Gulamgiri means slavery. Significant contributions were also made by Dr. Ambedkar in Maharashtra, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar in Madras. Their writings were read all over India. Workers mostly lacked education to write about their experiences, but Kashi Baba, a mill worker from Kanpur, wrote and published Chote aur Bade Ka Sawal to show the link between caste and class exploitation. Another mill worker from Kanpur, under the name Sudarshan Chakra, published his collection of poems called Sachi Kahaniyan. By the 1930s, Bangalore cotton mill workers set up libraries to educate themselves. These libraries were actually sponsored by social reformers who wanted to restrict drinking among the workers, who wanted to bring literacy among the workers, and sometimes to propagate the message of nationalism. This is all about print and the poor people. Let me stop here, students. Time for probable questions now. 1. Printing created an appetite for new kinds of writings. How was this satisfied? 2. What were the effects of the spread of print culture on the poor people in the 19th century India? Now read your textbook properly and prepare these questions. In the next class, we will read Women and Print. Till then, keep reading and have a nice time. Thank you.